Welcome back to Zoronden Cast. I am, of course, Zoronden, and you are tuned in to today's second Starcraft 2 match. This is, of course, Starcraft Thursday. And that is units killed and workers killed, not the players' names. Alright, in the bottom right, we are going to have the purple Joe, and in the top left, the pink Terran Forziack. I'm calling him Forz, probably. Who knows? Anyways, purple Zerg, Joe. I didn't say Zerg before. I'm getting everything wrong right now. Anyways, this might be a little confusing considering we've got pink and purple, but we will do our best to differentiate between the two players. Alright. I did want to try and get the two other races represented today as I was doing PvP in the first match. So, let's see how these players are going to beat each other's faces in. Oh, and this is also a Silver League match. So, a little bit lower play today. We'll see if these guys try to do some actual techniques or if they just flail their way through warfare. Because sometimes flailing warfare can be entertaining. You have the scouting units passing each other, so they should find each other about now. Of course, that Overlord out of position, but, you know, that's fine. There's the SCV. Obviously, nothing to see. Wall-off isn't quite finished by Forziack. See if this drone plans anything sneaky, or if he's just gonna have a picnic. Just gonna sit there and camp out. Early gas going down. Okay, so a fast expanding gas by Joe. It's not too weird. Should see a pool out of him soon. We do have the supply depot going down by Joe, and he actually did manage to catch that drone outside of the base. I'm not really sure how he managed that when the drone actually decided to leave the base, but he is now not getting back in. There, of course, is the spawning pool by Joe. Doing Overlord on the way. Nearly supply blocked, and he's alright on that. A little close, but not really a problem. And the fact that he got it building, 2 food points before he did become supply blocked is actually pretty good, considering we're at silver. So as long as you can avoid that actual supply block, you're doing just fine. So that expansion is up by Joe. Just about got this one saturated here, so he's going to transfer a few drones down. However, he did take his drone that was off gas. I don't know if he meant to do that or not. I mean, maybe he was just going for quick speedlings. Who knows? A couple Marines on the field for Forziack. He is, of course, grabbing his expansion. No bunkers or anything. Second barracks down by him. Joe just kind of letting this Overlord do whatever he wants, I guess. Set him on a queue in the beginning of the game and never think about him again. Hey, if that's what you want to do with him, I'm not going to judge. Cancel on that expansion by Forziack. Oh, and look at this. He's going for 5 racks. Actually, that's a 6 racks. 7 racks. Somebody wants to do sort of a late all-in, I guess. Oh my gosh. That is a little surprising, seeing him kind of go for that normal expansion and then just suddenly out of the blue, I'm gonna do 7 racks. I mean, it's not like he saw any recent scouting information. He just kind of changed his mind as he was going. And now that Overlord might actually come in handy, as it should see the 7 racks coming up by Forziack. We're going to have a Zergling Marine matchup here. Of course, the Lings are going to get just sauced by that small Marine group. And they're going to also pop a free Overlord if they're paying attention. They're not paying attention. They're just on move. With a spine crawler going up by Joe, which is a good call. However, it might be a little late. These queens are going to do their best, but oh, they're going to go down. However, our Ling backup, especially Speedlings, those Marines are sussed. Oh, and a chain of Marines streaming in. Free kills by the Lings get this around, 2 down. Probably going to grab, yeah, they're going to grab this third one because he decided to attack some rocks. Dangerous, dangerous rocks there. Alright, so here come a pack of Lings. These could cause some serious damage before these 7 wrecks are actually producing. Oh, but here comes a stream of Marines, and those Lings are now not able to do their business. And this Overlord actually decided to stop up here, so he did not spot the 7 wrecks. And now that expansion's coming down, so definitely not an all-in. He didn't decide to go for that. I guess he just changed his mind and wanted more Marines early. I mean, he really, if he really wanted to do this, he should have grabbed some gas, popped down a few reactors instead of dumping all that money into the racks, grabbed a tech lab or 2, obviously get some stim or some shields. Also, probably go for some medevacs or marauders. I know it's a low-level game, and you can typically do considerable damage with a ton of Marines, and he's very likely going to win the game by just pushing the A button, but you're not going to advance too far beyond silver or gold just massing Marines like this. Try and diversify your play a bit. But here comes this dangerous, dangerous Marine ball. And, oh, some roaches on the field. Those will help a little bit, but Joe definitely needs those banelings that he was trying to morph in, but he was trying to morph them in on the front door, and that was just the wrong place at the wrong time. Do have a finished spine crawler up by Joe, as well as quite a few lings and a few roaches. Might be able to catch these Marines off position. And it does look like he's going to catch this small group of what I believe is 7 of them, and they easily get liquefied. Oh, but now the Zerg army has left, and if Forziack sees that, he could take advantage of this. Although he could lose his whole base. I don't know if this is going to be a close call, and those Lings don't like it. They pull out. I think they might have been able to take it, especially if the roaches were there. But now they are there, and let's see. Oh, needs to go at the same time. Oh, but he pulls back because those Marines have entered the base. Spine crawler goes down. 2 queens. 1 queen got popped. Bunch of drones going down. Roaches are doing their business. Here come the Lings surrounding the Marines. Oh, not quite surrounding. But the Marines do end up going down. And suddenly Joe has a nice little lead. He might be able to take it here. Needs to mass up outside the base with all these units and hit them at the same time. Let's check out that units lost tab really quickly. Ooh, sorry about that. I had to clear my throat for a second. Anyways, here comes Joe's army marching at the door. However, with those 7 racks, Forziack is pumping out so many Marines. He can replenish his army quite quickly. Roaches are causing serious damage to these Marines, though, who have no upgrades whatsoever. Finally, a Marauder on the field, but he is, I just think he's too little too late. SCV's off the line. These Roaches are going to finally go down, but the cost of that attack by Joe has done serious damage to Forziack. He lost an entire expansion worth of SCVs and is down to quite a bare minimum of units. And Joe is sitting on 1,000 minerals. He could pop out so many units. Already got a bunch of roaches on the field. And should have. It's nearly nothing on the way. I think losing those queens has been quite costly. He just doesn't have the larva count that he needs. Yeah, barely sitting on any larva, unfortunately for him. So kind of reset here on the armies. We do have 2 engineering bays going down by Forziack as well as a factory, so he's looking to finally get some upgrades. However, he needs to get those marine upgrades. He does have the tech. Okay. He's got his tech lab, and the stim's about to finish. He's also got a concussive shell in the way. Needs to grab the marine shield. I totally spaced it. He does already have that marine shield, so good for him. Finally getting his upgrades. Glad to see that. And what I'm liking about Joe is this is very nice creep spread. May have taken him 14 minutes to do it, but it is steadily moving across the field now, and his armies are starting to flow across it. Liking that. Oh, Forziack is now going for 3rd. Of course, his natural's not even saturated. Whatever. Not bad to have extra bases, especially if your main is getting close to running out. So, opting not to take out the destructible rocks, definitely the right idea, especially because the creep leads right up into that 3rd. And looks like he might be testing the waters with a small force instead of his main force. Popping a few tumors there, not a bad call. Ooh, Joe could have taken advantage of that and slaughtered that kind of expeditionary force. But not wanting to risk that. Do have an infestor pit down by Joe. Grabbing some infestors on the field as well. That's good combo, getting that Ling Roach infestor group. Joe needs some medevacs, and he is getting tanks and medevacs. So, I mean, not a terrible idea. I'd have probably gotten just medevacs for the moment, especially considering he does not have siege yet. And especially, look at, he's got definitely enough money. He needs to grab reactors on these racks. Yeah, for sure. So, obviously, again, we're seeing that it's a Silver League game. Both players not completely on top of their game, but we are seeing some nice things out of both players, like this creep spread. Brought this queen up to get this creep spread, as well as infestors. So, good and bad points out of both players. It looks like Joe's going to be pounding on these breakable rocks. Let's see if Forziack is even going to react. He's just sitting there. He's got to know it. I mean, heck, he just flew his medevac right over the army, doing a small drop into Joe's base. And it's kind of vulnerable. Oh, and he's going to pull back his entire... No, he's indecisive. Doesn't quite know what to do. And look at these armies staring at each other as these Marines are slaughtering drones. Going to pop a queen. And if... Oh, these roaches should be able to take care of this. However, two of them aren't even doing anything. Sitting by as their friends try in vain to save the spawning pool. Oh, maybe the spawning pool will make it. Oh, and we completely missed an entire battle up front here. I am actually going to pop something up here so you can't see the game time. I'm going to pop back so we can view that battle, because we can't miss that. Probably the biggest engagement that's going to go down in this game. Fast forward here to that match, or that battle rather. Here we go. Ling's rushing in. Oh, and they pull back. Why do they pull back? The Roaches coming in as well. Infestors getting some nice fungals on those guys. Roaches are getting sauced, though, by the Marauder count, since that has drastically gone up. Now the Infestors are furiously running. One gets popped, but the rest make their way. And that was devastating for both players, but I think it was much worse for Joe, coming out with only 3 Infestors. So Joe is in a bad position now. However, he did save that spawning pool at 94 hit points, so that was a nice save. Unfortunately, it meant his main army got juiced. Oh, and another drop in the main. Marauders and Marines, a double drop this time. The spawning pool does not survive the second wave. The Infestor pit likely to go down. However, that is a lot of Roaches and Lings. They're going to push off that second wave. The Infestor pit survives with 226 hit points. Siege mode is up by Forziack. Food count is level again. Check out the units tab here. 29 lings on the field. Not sure where those are all at. There they are. They need to get on the front line or at least protect the drops. Joe wouldn't be a bad idea to pop down some spine crawlers or some spore crawlers at this point, as he has taken 2 serious drops there. Had to move his army around for such. Nice fungal by Joe. Lings roll in to clean that up, as well as the roaches. Some free kills for Joe. And assaulting the 3rd siege tank, trying to do its business, but 1 siege tank not going to do much against this force. Few units coming off the ramp, they get fungal as well. Quite a few SCVs going down. Another fungal there. Roaches cleaning up most of the units coming off the ramp. What's left of the SCVs that are running off? Is this command center going to sit here and die, or is it going to lift off and run from the army that can't attack air? Lift off your orbital. Here comes a few troops going to try and save the orbital that doesn't realize it can fly. Orbital's now on fire, yet it finally lifted off. The roaches and lings clean up the army, taking out everything. Now they're pushing into the natural. The orbital sits there burning. All Joe needs to do is sit under it and wait. Pop off the refineries while he waits, at least one of them, I guess. And the Medivacs just kind of sitting over this, wondering what they can do about it. Here come the lings. Only 2 roaches in this army, but I don't think it matters. That is so many lings against so few marauders. A couple marines in there, but they are just dead as well. Orbital down to 200. Looks like a mule just popped. Probably going to repair that. There goes its health. But in the meantime, the lings are taking out all the naturals SCVs. A couple roaches are pushing the front, but they easily go down to the siege tank. But there are no SCVs at the natural now. Here come a few more units rushing in. Oh, and they're going to kill that mule while the orbital's still burning, and it is now in danger again. Oh, and the natural's orbital goes down, and Forziack knows it's time to throw in the towel. Forziack fought well. He pushed into Joe's base quite a few times. Unfortunately, I really think he needed to get more reactors, get some upgrades earlier, and honestly, if he kept that natural expansion in the beginning instead of going for the 7 racks, the game probably would have turned out better for him. Whether or not he would have won it, I'm not sure, but I think he definitely would have had a better angle on this game. Anyways, all things aside, congrats to Joe. Very nice creep spread. Pulled it off with his lings, his roaches, and his infestors. Obviously, some few infested Terran here as well. And of course, we do see they managed to kill that orbital command finally. Anyways, I want to thank you for tuning in to Starcraft Thursday. I am, of course, Zoronden. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you on the other side.